Good evening.
Good evening.
How everybody doing tonight?
Great.
How hot is it?
Hot in July.
How hot is it?
Hot in July.
Yeah, welcome to the first day of events for our 26th Black Gay Pride. 26 years we've been doing this. Can you believe it? And we're going to keep doing it, despite whatever, right? Enjoy it. So this is our first fine arts celebration of people in the community who are contributing their creative talents.
Yes.
You know, photography, rap, song, art, all that. You know, we don't get recognized, so we have to do it ourselves, right? You know, each one teach one, let the village raise its own. So that's what we're going to do, right? I feel a lot of energy in the room. I'm ready, hand clapping, and we got some performances tonight, more videos going on. So tonight's event is being sponsored by Community Project, among others. But they have been gracious enough to do this because they also do a lot of the art for our community. So I want to thank you all, and we're going to get started.
My name is Jay Cross. I am a photographer specializing in portrait, fashion, event, and lifestyle photography. My artistic inspirations, I'm more so inspired by people, by the movement of people, just watching people. That's what inspires me the most. Growing up as a kid, I was always drawing and painting. I kept a pen or a pencil in my hand. And even my first few years of college, I started off as an art major. And I kind of lost the desire for that medium of art with the painting and the drawing, and kind of fell into photography maybe about 15 years ago or so. And I've been loving it ever since. I will actually be showcasing some artistic, slightly erotic art for this showcase.
So I want to just highlight Jay Cross. He has been in the community kind of behind the scenes for a number of years. He took the cover from my first sports book about 7, 8 years ago as an homage to Essex and Hill, Tongues Untied. And anytime that there's something going on related to photography in the community, he's always willing to, share his art. Just he'll do it like, I'll be there, I'll help. And when this came up, I said, well, other people just kind of highlight it. And he was like, well, where you want to be and what do you need? So I just wanted to make sure that, all people in the community kind of know to find people, like, use your own. Like, we have enough photographers and artists. We don't have to go outside to get them. Like, there's enough people in this room to have its own museum, publishing companies, photography studios, record companies, all of those things. So, Jay Cross will say just thank you for your contributions to the community. And we look forward to more books that are coming out, coffee table books that are coming out this fall. So we want to see that. So keep us updated. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Curtis Wisdom, and it is my honor to present the next award to Rod Risbrook. So forgive me. It is my honor to present the next award to fine art photographer Rod Risbrook. Rod Risbrook, who resides in New York City, is a fine arts photographer for which I am a fan of, a patron of, and a friend to. Rod is an incredible artist. I met Rod in 2002, and I met him at this national experience called Adobe. And since then, I've gotten to see this brother do his thing. And by doing his thing, I mean seeing him work the room, capturing what is beautiful about the Black experience. I witnessed him photograph intimate settings, group settings, a room full of people for about 50 or I think maybe 100 people now I think about that. He's done great work at retreats and private homes. I've seen him even do documentaries. I'm also a patron of Roz. I have 4 of his work in my home personally, and I must say that one of my favorite photographs that he took of in the home of our adult Stephen Johnson, he captured me candidly while I had black hair. And so that picture was gifted to me by our other brother, Idol Sterling Singona. And so when I go home, when I relax, I see Rod Briggs' work every day in my home. And so it is my honor on behalf of Holiday July Art Show. Our first award tonight goes to fine art photographer Rod Briggs' work. One more time, everybody.
Wow. Okay, so I'm not used to being in front of the camera. I'm used to being behind it. But I just want to thank all the staff of LGBT Detroit. I want to thank Curtis Lipton. I want to thank Magic for being my liaison. Jaron, I'm in touch with him, just all the staff, and thank you for coming out. This is my first award, so I just want to thank you, and the staff, for recognizing my work and stuff, because I've been shooting for 20 years. I'm a self-taught photographer, so, and I love African posts. Hey. I am honored. Thank you very much.
If I could remind everybody, if you would like to purchase work by fine art photographer Rod Briggs' work, visit lgbtdetroit.org/shop. Congratulations. Again, welcome to the Holiday July Art Show on our 26th anniversary of Holiday July. My name is Curtis Lipton, and it's my honor to present this award. This award is presented to fine art photographer Rihanna Chester Bay. We don't have an hour for me to tell you how much I love Rihanna Chester Bay, but I want you to know that she is the queen of the LGBT movement. This fine art photographer has some of the most beautiful artwork that I've seen ever. And not only is she a member of the movement, she's a member of the creative class, she's grown up to become an inspiration. She has a degree in fine art photography, and she's someone whose work I admire. She's also, she has no accolades, so I'll just stay on the fine art accolade. Rihanna Chester Bay has been the Holiday July, she's been on the team of the Holiday July content development team for the past 2 years, making sure that Holiday July looks the best it can. As a still photographer, her work is highly valued, appreciated, and she focuses and highlights the brilliance of Black culture. And so without further ado, I'd like to welcome the next Holiday July Award to Rihanna Chester Bay.
Hey everybody. Rihanna Chester. I don't know what to say. My cheeks hurt from smiling. I just appreciate. Well, I appreciate our people first. So, and that's what inspires me. I mostly focus on Black women. Because through media, we have been lots of archetypes have been created of our image, and I just want us to be able to see each other in each other. So I focus on our culture. I love photographing the LGBT community because again, we don't see enough of us. So I'm just grateful. I've been with the organization for some time. I'm not that old, but I've been around for a while. So, I appreciate the work of the team. I used to work on the team. I used to work for Curtis. But I love to see how the staff has grown and like all the creative things that come into the space, into the organizing, and it just continues to highlight and showcase our culture. So I'm just thankful. Thank you.
So remember, if you want to obtain fine photography from Rihanna Chester Bay, please visit lgbtdetroit.org/shop. Congratulations.
Hey, my name's Rihanna Chester Bay, also known as Anna Art sometimes, also other things, also Ree, so lots of names. So I work with the visual arts, mainly photography. I would include storytelling with my photography because I generally interview my model, the person in front of my camera. When I'm doing photography work, I also work with healing arts. So, which I think my photography, or I consider my photography to be a part of my healing arts journey. So I'm a Reiki practitioner, I'm a crystal healer, so I work with crystals and stones, and just different modalities, which empathic listening is a part of it, which kind of ties in with interviewing for my photography. So I started with photography. I always tell this story. I really love this story. So I was given a Polaroid camera when I was young. I don't know, maybe 8, 10. And we didn't have money for film. So I would just like point and click at things, even though I didn't see the kind of end product. And so I think just the way that I see the world, like, you know, I might see light shining through some trees a certain way, or I may, you know, see something that I think is visually interesting, that I think, you know, has a story behind it, you know, and that's what catches my eye, and that's what I would photograph. I mostly photograph people, usually women, but I also take time to like look and see other things and capture other things. So yeah, so that's kind of what got me started, is just having an eye and like seeing things, and wanting to kind of either know the story or tell a story, right? So at the Hotter Than July showcase, art showcase, I'll be showcasing a few things. So I think I'll have predominantly some black and white nudes, and then some colored like nudes. So I'll be showcasing mostly nudes. I didn't put that together until this very moment. So it's different people that I've worked with over the years, where we've done nude photography, but it's been done in this very reflective way, where we have conversations. And then over the years, I've looked back at these images with people and really had a conversation with them about what was going on at that moment. All interesting perspectives, not, you know, and interesting stories behind them.
Rooted in education and advocacy, LGBT Detroit has been providing safe, brave spaces throughout Southeast Michigan since 1994. LGBT Detroit hosts the world's longest-running Black Pride celebration, Hotter Than July, which will take place virtually this year on Friday, July 23rd through Sunday, July 25th. But don't worry, it's still very hotter than July. This year, Hotter Than July features a candlelight vigil, an art show, the digital picnic featuring Devon Fleming, the virtual ball, and more. During the digital picnic on Saturday, July 24th, DJ Romeo Million and DJ Tony Peoples spin, while 5 local performing and drag artists battle for a chance to win a $500 grand prize. The virtual ball this year features 4 $200 categories and 2 $500 grand prize categories. Interested contestants should visit www.hotterthanjuly.org for more information. Finally, Hotter Than July pauses to celebrate LGBT activists and philanthropists Henry Griggs, Howard Israel, and Robert E. Tate. Watch A Very Hotter Than July live on Facebook and YouTube Friday, July 23rd through Sunday, July 25th.
Since the beginning of the HIV/AIDS epidemic, our scientists have been on the front lines, developing medicines across the antiretroviral drug class spectrum. And today, while our robust portfolio offers a range of therapeutic options, we remain committed to innovation, researching and developing therapies that meet the diverse and evolving needs of people living with HIV. But we are much more than just medicines. At ViiV Healthcare, we listen to the HIV community. We activate innovative programs where there are the greatest disparities. We amplify the voices of people living with HIV in every aspect of our work. And we sustain the movement by championing the leaders, organizations, and communities needed to end the epidemic. Our connection with people living with and affected by HIV helps elevate community-led solutions to some of the biggest challenges, like health disparities that prevent certain populations, especially people of color, from seeking and staying in care. If we're to achieve our mission of leaving no person living with HIV left behind, we must close those gaps in care. But we can't do it alone. So we collaborate with trusted advocates to develop community programs, or we support organizations who are on the ground and doing the work to address specific needs for people living with HIV. Our expertise and our passion go far beyond science, creating a holistic approach to treating and preventing HIV. We're ViiV Healthcare, and we're here until HIV isn't.
This is a We celebrate authenticity.
We inspire passion and adventure.
We do what is right, always.
We stand against racism.
We are Solemn, a modern consulting firm focused on strategy, technology, and business transformation, helping businesses redefine what's possible. If you need help with your resume or design portfolio, scan the QR code on your screen or visit our website to sign up for a free 15-minute review session with one of our team members.
And the theme with tonight, we want to talk with these amazing artists about what they believe the importance of the creative arts are to our community. We have three very different artists, so we can get their opinions and let you all know.
My name is Deidre Smith, and the importance of arts in our community, to me, is our community is very prominent in our art scene, but we're always in the background, we're often not, and we're seldom celebrated, but we're always contracted, we're always asked about different opinions regarding fashion, regarding style, regarding just anything. It's a broad gamut, but we're seldom celebrated and awarded like on tonight. And I don't know what needs to change in order for us to become, more visible in the artistic scene, but we're everywhere, and our faces should be everywhere, and our credits should be everywhere, because our fingerprints are everywhere, our footprints are everywhere, but you don't hear our names, and that needs to change. It's not from a lack of effort on our part, but everybody who reaches out to us, contracts us, they need to also celebrate us. They need to also acknowledge us and also say, oh yeah, and along with what I'm wearing, talk about who you shot. Rihanna shot me as well. Talk about that. Chris filmed me as well. Talk about those things. It's not just shoes and fashion, that's a big part of it. But talk about who assists you in your day-to-day life. That's art in itself. So that's the importance of it for me. It's as simple as visibility. That's it.
I believe that art is life. I don't think any of us could really live in the space that we live in without art, without the different forms of art. There would not even be art without the community. If you look at it, if you see the contribution of the community, there would not be art in fashion, music, visual arts, graphic arts. And I agree that we do need to be celebrated more. That art has been the thing that, it's been an escape for all of us. Music, we've been through a lot through this past year and a half with the pandemic, and there was art that got us through, from the creative television, from music, from when we were locked down, we had nothing but art. And so it's life. It is life.
My name is Rod Patrick Risbrook. I'm a photographer, self-taught photographer for New York City. The importance of art for me is documentation, because without the documentation, there's no history. We don't know what our past is, and our present, so our past and our present informs the future, as well. So the art of photography was created in 1840, and we as African folks were right there at the very beginning, shooting. Because I have this book from 1840 to 1940, which is nothing but us. Portraits taken by us, for us. So for me, the arts, whether it's painting or it's photography, videography, it's all about documentation. And it's up to us as African folks, to make sure that we keep that, that kind of tradition going. So.
That's all. I love all of that. And the documentation piece is like very important, because because I always speak about other ethnicities and communities erasing us. Taking everything we've done, watering it down and saying they did it in your face. They will erase anything we've created. Art, music, buildings, and if you don't document it, people won't know that it ever existed. And for our community, there's not a lot of documentation because we've always been very nomadic. So as we moved through these things, you hear about the Harlem Renaissance, but then you don't hear about like maybe 100 other artists during that time as well, who weren't successful but lived this quiet life, sometimes in solitude and bitterness because they couldn't be who they were or thrive the way they wanted to, because a lot of times their work was stolen, and now just thinking about us live streaming this is being documented. 26 years of something in the community that people can't deny or take away, and that everyone has an opportunity to be a part of and create their own, stamp on it. For art, it's just kind of like, I write. It took me a long time to write poems about myself, because I'm like, nobody's gonna wanna read a man being in love for real. Like, who's gonna believe that I was in love for real and it wasn't salacious? That it was just romantic like everything else? But I didn't see it, so I had to write it. Because as I researched and found that it was there, it had been taken away. Because anything that's positive for us, a TV show, they'll cancel it. You don't wanna see a positive representation. You'll take the stereotype, but you won't take the substance. So like all of your art just means so much because, we support our own. That's why I keep saying we have to support. That's the importance. Like, you can have sponsors out of the community who fund your shows and everything, but if you come in my house, I want to have your art up on the wall. I want to have your books. I want to have your music. I want to have those things. Like, this is my community. My brother shot this picture. I have portraits all in my house. I have this, like a hodgepodge of a little corner of Rihanna stuff, Chris's stuff, Jeff, all these things just from my people. I try and give them little pennies and, buy support, because that's what we all have to do. And there are people who won't do it, and that's great for them, but we're not talking about them. We're talking about the importance of this room full of people supporting you all and just the art itself. The importance of it. Like, you know, kind of encouraging artists to keep moving forward, because, you know, being a creative sometimes is a lonely life. A lonely life. Can you all talk about just kind of like, you know, the importance of your processes in making you create your art?
Amen.
The process is very personal. I started as a vocalist, and now as my voice has changed, and the purpose of it has changed. It used to be for an audience. Now it's solely for praise. But I'll rap, but I won't sing as much as I used to publicly. And the process is knowing that you have to have something to look forward to, have to have something that leaves a legacy and that builds a dynasty. That's my purpose with art. When I'm long gone, I want it to be standing. I want it to be just as sure-footed as I am on this mic. I want, if I have children, but I have children in the community, I want them to look at my art and say, yeah, that was her. See aspects of it and say, yeah, I can hear her smile on that song. Or I can feel her aggression on that song, and I'm familiar with that. She wasn't in the best mood, or she was extremely happy, and I'm familiar with that. It's leaving that fingerprint that's seldom credited, but it's still there. And there's a Alan Locke, Harlem Renaissance area. But he was much on the contrary with his contemporaries at the time, who were very much so W.E.B. Du Bois.
Come on.
You have to, you know, be engulfed in literature and academia. Alan Locke, he was all of those things. He was all those things. But he said, we as black folk, our revolution is having something to be arrogant about. To be confident. That was a big deal at that time. Now listen to me. That was a big deal at that time. So when you hear the bravado in this hip hop that I do, it's giving myself a reason to be arrogant for the moment. Because so often, especially for black women and black women in hip hop, they want to humble me, they want to challenge me, and they want to take away that whatever it is that they're feeling, because it's magical. But if you convince me that it's not magical, then you humble me, you take away a piece of that confidence. So Alan Locke inspires me with that quote, that revolution is through art. And it's because it gives us something to be arrogant about. That's even more powerful than some marches, no disrespect. But at that time, for him to see what was going on around him and know that visibility through expression was just as revolutionary, if not more, than what was happening around him with his contemporaries. And so I use my voice in a way to express that quote-unquote arrogance. Just to say, I'm here, I've been here, and when I leave here, you're still going to feel some aspects of me.
I'm not going to go as deep as my sister. That was beautiful, though. But I heard a statement years ago, let the work that I've done speak for me. And that's what I want for my art to do. I want it to, well, for one, it will be around way after I'm gone. And I wanted to represent that. And and people like, they'll look on my social media like, I can't even find a picture of you. And I'm like, well, I'm a photographer, and that's what I wanted to represent. I want to basically capture my beautiful people. And like I said, I wanted to live forever. And I'm lost for words. She spoke a lot. I love that, the arrogance. It's okay for us to celebrate and to be bold and to be cocky about what we do. I mean, there's nobody like us. Nobody like us. And we should wear it boldly, wear it proudly, and continue to do so.
Amen.
So your question was about process, and basically, I mean, it's just simple. I mean, it's just go out and shoot. So whether if I have my pro gear with me, or sometimes I'll have my cell phone with me, you know, when I'm not able to carry my heavy gear with me, just shoot. And just have intention behind it. So, you know, sometimes I'll have some people that are picking my brains and asking about my process and stuff. I said, just have intention. So if you're shooting a child, you know, do you shoot a child that's, you know, where you're towering over them? Well, when the shot comes out, I mean, it's gonna show like you're towering over them. Or do you shoot them at eye level, where they're at? Or do you shoot below? So for me, it's just about having intention. That's my process. Just, you know, I just shoot. But I'm very clear. I'm always, most of my subjects, well, all of my subjects, you know, it's always African folks, you know. Or maybe like a powwow, you know, like Native Americans or whatever and stuff, you know. There's no white gaze in my work. So, you know, so that's my process and that's my intention.
And on that, no, thank you. That's great. So, well, thank you all for being up here. I just wanted to pick your brains and let everybody, like, you're behind everything, so we don't get to see you talk. You hold the cameras, so you're always with it. So we don't get a chance to say, well, what do you do? And it's not like we're asking to be facetious. We're asking because we see the work and it's so unique and it's so great. It's like, I couldn't think to angle that or take that. Like, it's nothing I could do. I'm gonna get a stick figure, I'm gonna get a selfie barely, and, you know, take pictures with my friends and frame it and be like, girl, that's what you're gonna get. So, but on that, so we're gonna have the Essence. She's gonna perform for us. Yes. Okay? Give her a big hand.
Very hot in July. Y'all make some noise in here.
Yeah.
Be confident tonight, yeah? All right now. Shout out to the ladies. Love. Put your hands together, y'all. You feeling good? Bring that energy up to the top of the house. Gonna smooth it out. It's brand new. I don't understand this feeling, but I do know I'm not into pretending that I don't like you and you don't like me. So we'll both say it on the count of 3 as we embark on a whole new journey of love, but we both feel worthy. Shucks, I blush when you say I'm pretty. No biggie, you blush when I say you're pretty. Yeah, if this is gonna work, got a baby fear in the dirt. Or at least I do. It's nothing like you on earth, but really I ain't trying to get hurt. Search for love in my guys. They can only see it in my eyes. Hope your eyes say something different. We are on a mission. This is deeper than 2 girls kissing. Listen, honey, you know you my better half. You're so beautiful, I see you on the cover of a mag. Cause baby, who's the best you ever had? If they love you like I love you, I'ma knock them off the map automatically, unabashedly. Singing that I love you, you're a masterpiece. Automatically, unabashedly. Singing that I love you, you're a masterpiece. I have to make sure this didn't stem from things going wrong and dudes being dumb or me being so jaded. I will play with anything that came my way, but your voicemails made my day. Skin soft as can be. I was scared of being misused, cause I knew those words was clues. But boo, that's when I need a friend to listen. But she was always talking to Clifton. It's different. Honey, you know you my better half. You're so beautiful, I see you on the cover of a mag. Cause baby, who's the best you ever had? If they love you like I love you, I'ma knock them off the map automatically, unabashedly. Singing that I love you, you're a masterpiece. Automatically, unabashedly. Saying that I love you, you're a masterpiece. Hey, rock it out one time. 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 Hey, ATJ, rock it out one time. Go ahead, rock it out one time. Hotter than July, we rock it out one time. Come on, we rock it out one time. Hey! All right, man. Got one more, we're gonna take it up. Listen closely. It's gonna get a little aggressive.
Just when you thought my story was over,
some of that confidence we were talking about.
About to close. I'll rise from the ashes.
Y'all get ready.
And stick my foot inside your nose. In case you may have forgotten, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
DSS. Yo, no more back to the school bus. Welcome to the new us. Oh, you're playing 2 plus. I don't care 2 fucks. Not even a single one. Ice cold flow, brother. Look at what the big one done. Watch Rose go, brother. We done came a long way from marijuana and crack sales. Now I'm sitting eating with manicure shellac nails. The difference between me and you, I'll show you if you can't tell. You dream in black and white. I dream in pastel. This demons gon' fail. That curse is gon' stop. With ease, they toe block. Don't freeze, you get shot. My verses gon' drop, cause your horses gon' stop. Coming down my block with black bodies in the cab. I just wanna place my black body in a jag. On the road to this meddling, lies they been peddling. Long lines, wine, and hear rhymes from a veteran. To go against my brain, you're gonna need exaggerate, cause ain't nobody better than. They say, well, how you doing? I say, I'm doing just fine. I learned to keep it moving. They say, what you been doing? They say, what you pursuing? I say, I got a dope rhyme. Can't wait to sign it. Look at you talking to the peons. Come be with a juggernaut. Been loving you for eons. Are we gonna touch it not? Ain't nobody beyond. These are the something top. Like jeans with a muffin top. 16s get them open now. My dreams got an up now. My dreams been erupting high. Put this thing next to me. In close proximity. It's still a lot of energy. No, you gotta be joking me. No, you gotta be kidding me. Like I ain't got your remedy. In times of frustration, my flow more like a 9. My demonstrations, United Nations, Kofi and I. My blessings runneth over. Drink from the cup of my God. Get it from Jehovah. Apply a couple of my eyes. Every mic I kill, smack it until it's black and blue. This is something you have to do. Graduate from rapping you. Diversity, adversity happens too after you apply your positive attribute. Everybody will clap for you. That's glory. They say, well, how you doing? I say, I'm doing just fine. I learned to keep it moving. They say, what you been doing? They say, what you pursuing? I say, I got a dope rhyme. Can't wait to sock it to them. Make some noise up in here, y'all. It's these seconds to know rap is going up. I'm maxing my pain, holding my veins. I'm going up. I'm coming for the whole shebang. You keep the crumbs. See it, I won't be some. Strategic, I'm keeping calm. They ain't in Vietnam. Me, I bought the streets. So winners without the heat. Some dinners without the meat. My fellas got pretty smiles. My ladies got pretty feet. I like them big and petite. Fucking keep it discreet. Know how to keep it cool. And I'm seeing it heat and feet. Know how to shoot the moves. They never shooting at me. I ain't saying I'm bulletproof. I'm saying I'm holding heat. We beefing when it's a reason. We leaking. I'm roasting. I got friends in high places. Goons with no patience. I'm in the middle trying to kill you on rock and sacred. See how I'm going to balance. Try to reduce the static. Want to reduce the static. Try to keep in this balance with action. They say, well, how you doing? I say, I'm doing just fine. I learned to keep it moving. They say, what you been doing? They say, what you pursuing? I say, I got a dope rhyme. Can't wait to sock it to them. Get your arrogance up. Be encouraged. Get your arrogance up. Get your confidence up. And I mean that in the best way. Whoever you are, wherever you are, work at your craft. Be encouraged. Be confident. And by all means, get hotter than July.
Rooted in education and advocacy, LGBT Detroit has been providing safe, brave spaces throughout Southeast Michigan since 1994. LGBT Detroit hosts the world's longest-running Black Pride celebration, Hotter Than July, which will take place virtually this year on Friday, July 23rd through Sunday, July 25th. But don't worry, it's still very hotter than July. This year, Hotter Than July features a candlelight vigil, an art show, the digital picnic featuring Devon Fleming, the virtual ball, and more. During the digital picnic on Saturday, July 24th, DJ Romeo Million and DJ Tony Peoples spin, while 5 local performing and drag artists battle for a chance to win a $500 grand prize. The virtual ball this year features 4 $200 categories and 2 $500 grand prize categories. Interested contestants should visit www.hotterdhanjuly.org for more information. Finally, Hotter Than July pauses to celebrate LGBT activists and philanthropists Henry Griggs, Howard Israel, and Robert E. Tate. Watch A Very Hotter Than July live on Facebook and YouTube, Friday, July 23rd through Sunday, July 25th.
Good evening, and welcome back to the Hotter Than July Art Show. I'm hoping that you're having a great time tonight. I'm hoping that you enjoy many of the art that has been featured tonight. I hope you've enjoyed the discussion that was had by some of the artists in the room, and this is such a great night. So I just want to just applaud all of the great talent that is showcased within the Hotter Than July Art Show. It is my honor to talk a little bit about the Hotter Than July retrospective that was introduced last year. The Hotter Than July retrospective is a collaboration between the largest Black-led LGBT nonprofit in North America, that's LGBT Detroit, and the largest and longest-running LGBTQ publication in Michigan, Pride Sources Between the Lines. The Hotter Than July retrospective is supported by the Detroit Journalism Fund at the Community Foundation of Southeast Michigan. Within the past year, the Hotter Than July retrospective told stories and covered issues most relevant to Southeast Michigan's urban LGBT+ community. This feature addressed a lack of representation of LGBT+ people of color in mainstream media. It also served as the kickoff for the Hotter Than July 25th anniversary. Led by Deontay Brown, an assembled team of talented LGBT+ writers, photographers, videographers, storytellers of color, told stories and captured compelling images. The Hotter Than July retrospective, in the previous editions that occurred in 19 and 20, discovered Hotter Than July, its history, its progression, and its future. Lastly, you will learn all about the fascinating people behind the event of Hotter Than July within the retrospective. The Hotter Than July retrospective authentically told our stories in a way that best reflects who we really are. So if you want to know more about the retrospective, you can always visit us at lgbtdetroit.org and see all of the wonderful fine literature artists and fine photographers who showcased and told our stories within the year. It's been a great year working with our friends at Between the Lines, Michigan's largest LGBTQ newspaper. We thank the Community Foundation of Southeast Michigan's Detroit Journalism Fund. It's been a pleasure and an honor.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jaron Totten. I serve as Social Outreach Coordinator and Legislative Advocacy Specialist at LGBT Detroit. Also the Project Coordinator for Hotter Than July. Now we're going to shift a little bit and give out some more awards. The first person that I'm going to award, probably Curtis would probably be the best one to talk about him, but my professional relationship with him began 2 years ago when LGBT Detroit was asked by a state legislator who had changed HIV criminalization laws in Michigan to educate the state on these updated laws. And so LGBT Detroit embarked on a 5-city tour across Michigan, educating Michiganders on the updated HIV criminalization law. And I was really looking for, was it a photographer, Chris?
He was looking for somebody.
Whatever it was, he said, that's not what I do. I do videography. That's my passion. And so I said, well, videography would be great to have too, I guess. And we went on the tour. And there was one particular time he got in the van and he's on the phone with somebody and he was feeling himself. He said, I have to call you back. I'm on tour. But we had the most amazing time. And after it was over, we had this wonderful video of our experience over the 5 cities. And since then, he's been my go-to camera guy for everything. For Hotter Than July, for Cold as Hell. He is the person behind the camera making everyone look good. And so I'd like to give this award and really celebrate Chris Sutton.
Yeah!
Chris Impact Sutton.
Hello, everyone. Hello. All right. I'm gonna say, Rihanna, am I afraid? Do I need to just scoot down a little bit? Yeah. But first of all, I just want to thank everyone who took out time to be here for this. I think spaces like this are so paramount in our community because rarely do we have spaces that really uphold our voices, really uphold our identities, our experiences, how we express ourselves. And since I've been a part of... Okay, all right, we good. But since I've been a part of this organization and, you know, I even reflect on how long I've been working in this community, which now is coming up to about 10 years doing this type of work, documenting our stories and really using the tool of storytelling to provide a way for us to really own our stories and not have people exploit us and people take our stories who are not from our communities, who don't understand our experiences and profit from them. So I think it's just so incredibly important for us to stay encouraged and stay motivated in making sure that we document moments like this. Because when we think about what legacy that we're leaving behind, and really when we create, I think, the tools needed so for future generations to have an understanding of all the work that's been done by so many trailblazers before us and the work that will be done in the future by the next generation, they'll have something to look at, something to see, something to get a greater understanding about how much work has been put into this community, how much more work that needs to be done, but also just the endless possibilities that we have when we really kind of use these tool sets of art and creativity. So again, thank you to LGBT Detroit. You know, hopefully, you know, today was one of those days where it was like, I was kind of running on E, you know, but moments like this, these are the moments that re-energize me. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Chris. Go back and hold it up.
Thank you.
Yeah, hold up your word. Hold it up.
Oh, my bad. You know,
there we go. You see it.
Now you're Rod Patrick Rich.
Because I'm in my element right now.
Thanks, Chris. Let's give Chris a hand. Our next award, I think I know him. I might know him a little bit. And a little bit. I might know him. It's always a pleasure to talk about my fiance. And it was a whole year. We had been dating a whole year before I knew he did art. So we're at my housewarming at this time. We were dating long distance, and we're at my housewarming, and he hands me a painting as a gift. And I thought like he had went to I don't know, some store, got me a painting. And somebody asked, where did you get it from? And so I said, I don't know, let me ask him. And he said, I created it. And it was a beautiful piece. And that was March 3rd. A few weeks later, COVID hit. And you know, I thought I wouldn't see him again.
Okay.
And so, a few weeks later, LGBT Detroit took its first program completely virtual, Brother Brother. And I was scrambling trying to get just different people to come on and just do something. And so I asked Brandon to come on and do an art segment. And he agreed. And that was a year and some change ago. He's a regular on the Brother to Brother Lockdown. One of the things that kind of kept our momentum going was the fact that we could see, we were long distance at the time, we could see each other on the Brother to Brother Lockdown, while he did his art. And so this is his first art show.
Yeah.
Super proud, and for his dedication to that program that brought national influencers from across the nation to talk about issues that impact us, Black gay men. Sometimes those talks could get a little heavy. There's some real issues facing us today, and it was nice to have that break, that kind of self-care moment, to go through an art experience with Brandon. And so we appreciate the work that you've done for us and with us. Thank you.
So I'm usually the one presenting the award to somebody. It's rare that I'm on this side, and I'm at a loss for words. It's something to be said about encouraging creativity, and there's been so many times in my life where I felt like that I hadn't been seen, and so it's through my work that I feel like people actually see me, that I'm able to share something with the world. It's also very important to have very encouraging people in your life, and Jaron has been so phenomenal and paramount in my life in LGBT Detroit. This organization and Jaron have fed me in so many different ways, have fed my spirit in so many different ways that I don't have enough time up here to tell you. I'm gonna stop now because I don't want to cry, because you all know that I will. And so I just want to say a really, really big thank you to Curtis, to Jaron, to my LGBT Detroit family, to Magic, all of you in this room for joining us and letting us share our work with you.
With the rock. Definitely. We have a school board. Oh, good.
My name is Brandon Merriman Bodie. I work mostly in fluid acrylic art. I've always been inspired by color, so nature and really colorful things really inspire me, and so I saw something on YouTube one day and thought I'd give it a try.
There's a couple of artists on YouTube that inspire me. So Canela Sirocco, Tammy Anderson, Molly's Artistry down in Florida have inspired a lot of my work and technique that I do. But as far as like how my pieces turn out or the composition, it's really like by anything. Anything colorful will inspire me to do something. And so like things in nature, things that I might see around the city inspire me. And so I'm really attracted to color and pops of color. And so those are some of the things that you'll see in my work for this particular show. So I've created a couple of fluid acrylic art pieces for this show that I'm really excited about. A couple of color palettes that I've never used and kind of pushed myself to try. And so I'm really excited to showcase that. There's one piece in particular that I'm so excited about for people to see. And so, yeah.
Yes.
They're clear glasses.
I'll figure it out. We just gonna pray on it.
We're live.
Live? We're almost at the end, everybody. You enjoyed tonight?
Yes.
Cool. I appreciate you all for coming and being a part of this event. It's wonderful. So, again, we're going to talk about Hotter Than July, the events that's coming this weekend. This is just the first. So, tomorrow is the virtual picnic. It'll be 12 to 5. You can go to LGBT Detroit or Facebook pages. We'll be streaming live. We're going to have Devon Fleming from The Voice, a talent show. Yeah, so it's gonna be really good. Good weekend. We have a virtual worship service on Sunday. We have a virtual ball coming up. We've got a lot of good stuff this weekend, as we always do. You know, Jaron, he's very paramount about making sure everybody's included. And just every year that he's been here, you've elevated Hotter Than July to another level. You know, all the things that we hope for, you know, in the past that would happen, you've made it happen.
Right on.
So just know that you always got your back doing that. So I want to thank all the sponsors that and I can read them. I'm not that blind. It's a big print. LGBT Detroit, LGBT Mobilization, Community Health Awareness Group, Counter Narrative Project, Ford Motor Company, Ford Globe, V Healthcare, Unified HIV Health and Beyond, Ruth Ellis Center, Ease.com, PNC Bank, Center for Black Equity, Rock Ventures Quicken Loans, Jack Daniels, Backstreet at Large, Subtext, Hungry Harvest, Shalom Detroit, CNS Healthcare, and National Center for Faculty.
Yeah.
So just think about all these people sponsoring these events for our community. So we do have people that really will pour into us. We just have to keep pouring into each other. So, to take us out, we're selling art, right? I forgot, go to the page, lgbtdetroit.org/shop.
That's right.
Oh, I remember, yay. And also, the art is in the hallway. So you can talk to the artists here and, you know, do your bartering and everything because the price on the thing, but you got them face to face. So, Rod, Jeff, Rihanna, sell y'all stuff. So to take us out, we have The Essence, whose project Cooper Street Chrysalis is on all streaming platforms. So you can go buy it, download it, stream it. The song she's about to do was featured on a PBS special about Detroit a few months ago. So we're gonna, on my Detroit everything.
Yeah.
Miss The Essence, we're gonna do it?
Yeah.
I ain't doing it, but she gonna do it. Come on up, sister. Thank you.
What up, dog? Hey! Welcome to Detroit, y'all. I'm on my Detroit everything. Get on your Detroit everything.
Been on my Detroit everything. So clean on my Detroit everything. I'm on my Detroit everything. Get on your Detroit everything. Been on my Detroit everything. So clean on my Detroit everything. I know I look cuddly, soft as a down pillow, but did you not consider my skeletal frame is metal? Did you not consider you soft as a bowl of jello? My tummy toast brown, your belly is so yellow. It's magic when I flip my mouth. Classic like All Stars and the Levi Strauss. Need I announce? You want it, so I bought that bounce. Be looking out for killers, cause I got that clout. I air it out. Assume I go that route. What's she about? Lion heart lie beneath my blouse. But hear me out, I'm saying, bumping in your cyan. You know them little cars that resemble a box. You lukewarm, you resembling hot. You been warned, you got the game up like you in porn. Legs flying from my lid like my roof is torn. What's this red and blue pill shit? The truth is orange. Trying to tell you something good like that Rufus song. My haters can eat it, make sure it's a foot long. On it, till the break of dawning. I'm yawning, whenever they perform, make me born. Get the gone like Apollo night. They say get up in this, you lyrical. Well, kinda sorta, hot as 10 horrors. Inside of Gomorrah, a weather and Bora Bora. Had some tempura, later it made me vomit. I only touched down a few times like Kelly's Comet. Word to time my crown, adore me like a garment. I'm stepping out the house, they thinking I'm... But I follow he who died at 33 from lions and Pharisees. They nailed him to the tree at ease. As you roll with the east side, feel the breeze. You know what? Hey, we on our Detroit everything. Say it with me. We on our Detroit everything. Hey, we on our Detroit everything. ATJ on that Detroit everything. Hey, we on our Detroit everything. Detroit is on it. Detroit everything. Black people on that Detroit everything. Brown people on that Detroit everything. I ain't gonna lie, life is hard, and demons try to taunt you like, where's your God, huh? I reply, I'ma show you what the faith do. Constantine dripping with the Byzantine Jesus. Hey, you ever seen a Technicolor coat on the goat of Detroit with the flow? Shall I gloat? I guess you could say the rhymes that I wrote is 80% fact and 20% hope. The industry today is 20% yes, 30% whack, 50% no, huh? They forget long trips on boats, so the slave loose looking like a gold chain rope. How do you explain though? Does it have me in it? How you gonna leave D out the ingredient? God help it on disproving the flow. If heaven sent, it's sick, leave a straight jacket bent. Let me vent. I'm on my Detroit everything. Say it with me. We on my Detroit everything. Hey, we on our Detroit everything. So clean on my Detroit everything. We got the world on that Detroit everything. I'm feeling good on my Detroit everything. I stay good on that Detroit everything. So clean on my Detroit everything. Wait, I had dreams of putting the city on. The rose grew from the sludge of the cinder grove. Them bros don't hear me though, cold since I was rocking the rose gold herringbone. Now fill my cup to the brim. That's the winner circle, now why they messing with them? Huh? I unlearn what they teach us. Extinguish the flame, I've been enlightened Prometheus. The God in me, Mary, Mary. It's a God of sea, you shall get buried. Thou shalt not fuck with raw D. All he faced 1,000 deaths like he faced J's or he's. Boy, please, I breathe this ish. On my Detroit, everything leadership. I'm entitled to everything Deidre gets. Following my footprints before I lead this itch, and you'll learn. See, everything is everything. What it means is every season gotta change. You know you win some, you lose some. I just wanna see the money fold like food time. I'm a new nuance. Fly killers get your wings clipped like coupons. Young, listen to your elders. I eat a pussy round with one line, brother L word. Ha, that's word to the misfits. The tormented mind is gifted. So you gotta pray to stop transferring. When darkness try to hit the sun like Florence, but hey, we on our Detroit everything. Say it with me. We on our Detroit everything. We feeling good on that Detroit everything. Hottest in July on that Detroit everything. 26 years on that Detroit everything. We feeling good on that Detroit everything. We feeling right on that Detroit everything. Party all night on that Detroit everything. Hey, we on our Detroit everything. 26 years on your Detroit everything. Hey, Curtis on that Detroit everything. Don't we represent on that Detroit everything. It's heaven sent on that Detroit everything. I like to vent on my Detroit everything. I get my cents on that Detroit everything. And my dollar bills on that Detroit everything. my
Detroit everything.
We light a spark on that.
Detroit everything.
Hotter than July, start that.